How did you get those products into different stores?
Oh my God. Well, when I first started, I was rejected from Outpost. Well, I'm gonna say it was the person that was managing, because after I got rejected so much, I ended up sitting down, sending a letter that got to the Corp, and then the guy ended up turning around calling me right away, and then from there I got into the stores.
So you basically didn't take no for an answer.
Basically.
How long did you go through that process for?
It took once a year.
A year?
Probably, yeah, a year, because I was going back and forth. And then at that point, I was like, okay, because one thing that I love about Outpost is they do gear to, they kind of like open, they gear to blacks, they gear to local, they gear to Wisconsin, you know what I'm saying? So they pretty much like open to their locals, and they support their locals, so it wasn't adding up, you know what I'm saying? And when I sit there, I was specific. I said, I'm a black woman. I said, I'm a woman, and blah, blah, blah. And then I think I got into East Capitol with some of the products, and then they actually carry everything now. And when I hit the fire, they blessed me with tables and equipment.
And how many stores is?
Outposts have 4 grocery stores.
Okay.
So they have 4.
And I know you mentioned Woodman's earlier.
So
too.
we're in some Woodman's. We in like Cermax. I have to think of Albright, Good Harvest, Metcalf. We also in Fresh Pete's in Illinois, some Women's in Illinois, and we're gonna be in Angelino soon. By the end of this month, we'll be in their 8 stores. Yep.
And I know you mentioned wholesale, so if someone wants to kind of wholesale your products, how do they go about doing that?
One of the things we teach in class too is understanding your marginal cost. And the marginal cost is really understanding how much it costs for you to do that product. So I have 2 people that I work with that I'm really, like success stories, and that's Emmanuel Mix and Mother Jackson Salsa. So she actually got her stuff in stores now, and he got his stuff in stores, even Oshkosh. And so we did the breakdown of their, from the paper to everything that it cost them. And you have to do that like it's a lot of math, doing that breakdown to find out what one bag costs you. And from knowing what that bag costs you, you know how low you can't go to sell the product to make a profit. Because you sell it to them, then they take the price up, you know what I'm saying, and sell it to the public. You got to really know how to break that down and, know where your product go. If it's, because a lot of our people struggle with the life expense of products. You know what I'm saying? So if they create something, and I'm like, how long do it last? So if it lasts only 4 weeks, you know what I'm saying, then you have to really market it, because the stores is not going to take, if you think about it, it makes sense. They're not going to take a loss by putting your product there. They just not, the store's just not, they in the business to make money. So they're not going to take losses by paying you for your product and it expired and they didn't get a chance to sell it. So I train that and help them to learn how to stretch the life of that product, as well as finding that marginal cost. And basically starting with companies that deal with locals first, because wholesaling is a whole nother ball game. Like I work, like I'm in the stores, I'm on top of the shelf, I'm rotating my product, you know what I'm saying? And like Woodman's, you deliver your own stuff. So you have to work, because if you don't manage it, they're gonna move you off the shelf. So you definitely wanna learn that game before you go and start getting stores that charge you to be on the shelf. Because some stores charge you to be on the shelf. Like Walmart, you pay to be on the shelf.
So with Woodman's, you just...
Woodman's don't, because Woodman's also geared to their locals.
So how does the breakdown of the money work? If you were?
Well, basically, you drop the order, and then they're gonna pay you a check 30 or 40 days later.
Oh, okay. So you basically like kind of fronting them.
Right. So you giving them the product, then they'll write you later.
Okay.
But that's in the bank though. You know, so everybody don't want that. They don't want to wait. Some folks like, let me just do markets because I can get my money right away. But I'm a wholesaler, so that's what I do.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can order online, but the wholesaling is the gist of how I live.
And then for Walmart, how would you pay them to put your product up there? You just paying for the advertising?
You paying them for the shelf.
You paying them for the shelf?
So so it's shelf they charge. And every store is different. So because I don't feel like my product fit in Walmart. You know what I'm saying? So I try to stick with where I think my product is going to go. You know what I'm saying? So every store, I wouldn't put every product in every store. Outpost is a unique store because they have customers that go in there specifically. Health Hut, because I'm in Health Hut too. So they have a certain type of clientele that go in there. Woodman's is a little different because Woodman's, I have customers that'll go from Outpost to go to Woodman to get the product because it's a little cheaper. But Outpost is, you know, specialized in cheaper prices. So that's what they gear to. Walmart is all over the fact. I wouldn't go to Walmart. Because I don't think my product will fit.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. It makes sense. So if somebody wants to get in contact with you, how would they contact you?
They can either go to the website at www.gardeneredenkingdomliving.com, and all the information is there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. And church, if somebody wants to, you know, come in and attend church, if it's a lost soul out there.
Or if they want mentorship or prayer or whatever, they can call me personally at 414-377-1310. But I also got prayer information online too. Hey!